Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Two Brothers on YouTube. I'm one brother.
And I'm the second brother. Welcome, everybody, to another exciting episode. Over to you, Mr. Phil.
Thank you, Mr. Leah. Right, today what we're going to be looking at is a topic called time as your superpower. Time as your superpower. Now, I bet you didn't know that you had a superpower. And it is time.
Wow.
A lot of people are unaware and they don't actually harness this superpower. So in this video, we're going to break it down to you and to people that have not probably had the opportunity to start using this superpower. And especially as we come from Africa, people don't keep time. People don't keep time. I never used to keep time when I was in Africa, because most people never used to keep time when, in Africa, it was just the norm. Not even in Africa alone, even in the Caribbean, there's a phrase that they say, soon come. Soon come.
Time.
Sorry, Mr. Clay.
Black people time.
Black people time. Now, look, we can laugh at it, but it's a real thing. You've got Nigerian time, black people time, soon come. You're waiting 30 minutes for someone that's meant to get there for 5. It's now 5:30. Where is this person? Soon come. It's now 7 o'clock. This is 2 hours after the appointment. Where is this person? Soon come. Nigerian time, African time, okay? And what we do is we kind of neglect, we neglect and we pay a huge price for not using this superpower, okay? For not understanding. Now, the reason why, and I've used that word, why, I believe Africans, black people, fail to use this superpower called time is because we don't even know why we should keep time. What do you think, Mr. Clay?
Well, I will start by saying that when it comes to time, you really have to have a deep respect, not only for your own time, but for other people's time. So it's not, even before we start talking about what you're doing with your time, do you respect your time? Do you respect other people's time? Because time is probably the one asset that you have. We all get it every day. At the beginning of the day, we get 24 hours in the day. That's how much is allocated to every single one of us. No advantage from one person to the other. But what you do with your time determines who's the richest man in the world, determines who's the poorest man in the world, determines who's the most built guy in the world, determines who's the most prettiest woman in the world. Determines so many things. What do you spend your time with? It will show in your life. If you're a couch potato, it will show in your life. You spend a lot of time on the couch watching television. If you're reading, it will show in your life, because you start demonstrating what you're getting from those books you're reading, what you're spending your time doing. So having that deep understanding and respect for not only your time, but other people's time. Back to you, Mr. Phil.
Man, what an amazing thing you said there. Respect. Now, you see, I believe this is such a topic that we may not be able to do it in just one video. Okay, so this might be 2 parts, 3 parts, who knows? But there's major things that we need to cover, and one of them is respect. Now, why do people, I don't think people even know why they need to even respect their time, to respect someone else's time. Okay, now, so let's quickly treat that. Now, you see, when I got to the UK, I was in the midst of some business people over here. And one day, just in passing, this is how I started respecting time. They said, oh, we're going to meet at so place and so time, And they said, Oh yeah, Phil, we know you're gonna be late. Yeah, we know. And I'm like, what? just just them saying we know you're gonna be. I'm like, what do you mean you know I'm gonna be late? Well, we know, African time and everything. I got mad. I really got mad about that. I was like, even if I wasn't keeping time before, that got up my nose. I'm like, what do you mean? And they went, and then it dawned on me. Okay, for me, I was like, okay, I will never be late with these people. So I got offended, and they kind of look like, well, we'll see, kind of. And from that day, I promised myself that if these people believe all black people are late people, they will say all black people except Phil.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was what I achieved from now. This is like maybe 25 years ago now. I'm known in my network as someone that is a timekeeper now. Okay, some people can set their watch by me. Now, so that's my personal story there. I don't know if Mr. Clare wants to interject, then I'll go into the next bit.
Well, yeah, it's it's you're one that takes it to a personal challenge. When somebody thinks you can't do it, no, you can't do it. You tend to say, well, hang on a minute, I'm going to do it. If nothing else, but to show you that I can do it, And
I got personally offended. Honestly, carry on, please.
I think when it comes to my timekeeping, it stems from actually watching your reaction to time. Because a lot of times when we have things, when we're getting started into starting this
journey,
you were always very conscious of time, always saying, okay, this needs to be done by this time, so I need to get this done by that time. I'm just observing you that, okay, this guy is slightly different to, we just do it when we do it. We get there when we get there. Or, we'll try our best. But it's like, no, actually, we have to be more stern with ourselves. We have to get there early. Early? Yeah. Early. We're getting there early. You're getting there early?
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said early, because what I found with time is this. You see, things happen. And to make sure you want to be somewhere on time, the only guarantee you have is to get there early. Because if you try to get there at the set time, say you're meant to meet someone at 6, target to get there 5:30, latest 5:45. Because things happen. Most people, they might not intend to be late. But then what they do is they try and get there for 6. Then guess what? They're going on the road. Their shoe gets caught. There's an accident on the road. They miss the bus. Something happens. But if you're giving yourself that buffer, that look, my target is not to get there on time. My target is to get there 15 minutes, even 30 minutes before. Then you can absorb whatever happens. And later on, I'll tell you another story of what happens. But anyway, look, we titled this "Time as Your Superpower," because again, you see, when you understand time, first and foremost, like Mr. Clare said, isn't it interesting that he said that he started watching me, his older brother, to see how I was with time, and that influenced him. Okay, so first and foremost, you need to look at yourself as a person, and you need to see yourself as a cog in a machine. So as you are out there, I know we talk about Nigeria a lot. Look, we're Nigerians, we're Africans, we're black people. So our message, however, is for the whole world. You could be Chinese, you could be Russian, you could be anybody. Anywhere that you need to apply the principles of success, our message is for you. However, we will always go back to where, where we started from. And they say charity starts from home. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, as a Nigerian, you need to see yourself as a cog in a wheel, in the machinery. Now, if you think about it, timing is very important in machines. Reason why? Because if you think about machine, right? A machine works with cogs. So this cog pushes this cogs down, and this pushes that one, and that one pushes that one, that one pushes that one. So imagine if they're both round. So in the machine, that's how it works, okay? And then you have a machine working. Now, so you as a person, you're one on this cog. Then you come and you push this one, but this one now decides to be late and is stuck. Then that one comes on time, then this one decides to be late. Then what do you have there? You have a malfunction. I don't know if my example is working, Mr. Clay. What do you think?
It's working perfectly. It's working perfectly.
Thank you. So for this machine to work and work and pull, they have to arrive. The timing has to be there. It has to work. Now, but if this one, or let's use another example, say this machine is meant to go like this. Okay, and this now comes like this, but this one is not late in coming. Then this one goes like that. This one's late in coming. So what you have again, a malfunction in the machine.
Yep.
So each Nigerian, you need to see yourself, each African, you need to see yourself as a cog in the machine. You need to get there on time so that the next person can get there on time. So if you think about it, every time I go to work in the UK, I take a train, and the train is 6:47, not 6-ish, not round about 6 near 7. No, 6:47. Why did he actually choose that 6:47? I take the 6:47 train. First and foremost, they want to know, okay, if it's 6:47, if it arrives at 6:46, then it's early.
Yep.
But if it arrives at 6:48, it's late.
Yep.
They need to know if it's late. And because I take the 6:46, and it's all, I will tell you so far that I've used that train, and I wonder, why do they always keep that train? It is, and I'm beginning to figure it out, that it's because when I get to the next station, the next train, it gives me about 5 minutes to change platform to catch the next train. And then because I take 3 trains to work. And because the train work like that, they consider everything so that you can change someone that is taking their children to school, the doctor that is going to work. How many lives are on that train that is relying on that train to arrive at 6:47 because they've planned their life around it? So here we are in Nigeria. We're doing Nigerian time. No wonder our machine is not working. Because in the UK, because everyone is time conscious, you need to get there, train, you need to get there 6:47. We don't want you getting there. If you get there 6:45, sometimes they even regulate the system by staying on the platform 2 minutes, and they will tell you, we're staying on the platform for the next 2 minutes to regulate the service. Because again, they now know that they're early. So that 6:47 is very important. Again, when I was dealing with talking to someone about timekeeping the other day, and it's like, look, I will get there when it's important. That's the mistake another person do. They think they can turn good virtue on and off at will. No, you can't. You can't turn good virtue on and off at will. You create a habit, and the habit choose your future.
Yep.
Let me repeat that. You create a habit, and the habit choose your future. You actually don't choose your future. The habit you create end up choosing your future for you. Yep. So this idea that I will only do it when it's important, it's pie in the sky. Everyone is fooling themselves. You understand what I'm saying? So,
Mr. Phil, I was. Let me just add one thing that
please, but I will keep going
about how important it is to, it's like how you do anything is how you do everything.
I like that. Thank you.
Back to you, sir.
Well, I was even gonna get my drink because I thought you were talking. How you do? Say that again, please. Please.
How you do anything is how you do everything.
Okay, that is it. You see, some people think that I will be generous when I have money. No, if you're not generous before you have money, you will not be generous after you have money. Because it is your habit that generates the character that will decide. Money and things like that only magnify who you are. Yep. So like Mr. Kineye said, if you're sloppy at anything, that's how that sloppiness will translate into everything else you do. Okay? So you can see that this time thing is a very hot button for me, because I went from someone that didn't understand why I should respect time to someone that not only respected time, but now started benefiting hugely from it. So much so that I believe that if Africans, Nigerians, Black people, all those people that say soon come, all those people that say African time, Black time, and all these things, if they just focus on getting themselves to really latch on to deciding, and that is the power here. It's a decision. I'm gonna keep time from now on. I'm not only gonna keep time some of the time, I'm gonna keep time all of the time. And once you do that, I believe quality of life will improve immediately in Africa. Quality of life will improve immediately in Africa, the range of 20 to 40%. I don't think you heard me. Quality of life will improve for everybody in Africa if everyone in Africa just chooses to and decides to really say from now on, we're gonna be on time. Quality of life will improve in Africa 20 to 40%.
Wow, that's amazing.
Please, Mr. Claire.
That is amazing, because you don't think that something as simple and as straightforward as just keeping time can dramatically transform your life to make it a better life for yourself and your family.
Think about it. Think about it. Look, let's take two surgeons, for example. And God help me with these examples I'm thinking of. Two surgeons, one in the UK, where they are very, very respectful of time, and one in Nigeria that they're not respectful of time. They want to go and perform an operation. The one in the UK catches the 6:47 train. The one in Nigeria waits for downfall. Whenever downfall comes, now they are both going to perform an important operation. That operation might be your family, it might be your brother, it might be your sister, it might be your father. The difference is one is in Nigeria and one is in the UK. So the one that catches the 6:47 train, because it is the culture that we respect time here and we don't mess about with time here, he gets to the hospital on time. The one in Nigeria, both talented surgeons, equally talented. The one in Nigeria is fighting downfall diver, is fighting him. Finally, he gets to the hospital after fighting everybody being late. It's almost like everybody's an obstacle to him getting there on time. The one in the UK is there sipping coffee, because once he got there, he had some time to sip something. It looks as it's reading something motivational. It's calm. The one in Nigeria, he gets there just to get there on time, because everything in his environment has been a stress for him to even get there. The one in the UK is like this, all calm. Gets the, start doing the operation. NEPA doesn't take light because everybody's on time. The one in Nigeria is sweating. You understand what I'm saying? Look, let me just say this. Those surgeons, those engineers, those doctors, those people that do amazing things in Nigeria still, they are superhuman beings. Because the terrain that they have to operate, for them to even just do their job, is unforgivable. And until Nigerians start understanding that you being on time affects the next person and affects the next person and creates a ripple effect. There's a word that says, I think Jim Rohn, one of my remote mentors, says, everything affects everything else.
Yes.
So that's just a story there. Now, so imagine, who do you think will have a better experience or better result as a surgeon? The one that is fighting everything, even never took light when he was doing surgery. Even the anesthesia, maybe the gas they want to use for anesthesia, it didn't arrive because the person that was meant to arrive said, look, I will deliver it tomorrow, Jerry. No wonder Africa is so stressed. And no wonder, now, before you now look at that, I want to be in the UK then. I want to be in the UK then, if that's how it is in the UK. Before you now say that, before you start envying the UK, realize the price that has been paid to make the UK the way it is.
And continuously being paid daily, that whether you like it or not, you'll be forced to change your habits. You'll be forced to drop African time. You'll be forced to drop Nigerian time, because if you get there late first time, they will warn you. They'll say, okay, we start at 9, you're late. You come up with the best of excuses. We can all come up with excuses, any excuse will do. As my mentor used to tell me. Your excuse doesn't even have to make sense, right? You're late. Whatever excuse you come up with, it's an excuse, right? First strike. Next day, after a while, you come up again late in the same month. Why? Oh, this time something. Okay. Second strike, they will warn you. Third strike, they will call you to a meeting. Okay, you'll keep coming in late. You're holding everybody up. What is the problem? And you say, well, it won't happen again. Do you know that you can actually lose your job for lateness? Do you realize that? You can lose your job for what you consider to be fashion, what you consider to be trend, or even big man or big woman. That, is it 7 o'clock? Or I will drop in when because me, I drop in style. Yeah? Everything you consider to be fashion style will lose you your job. So
again, it's even more than that, Mr. Clay. Just look at both terrains. Look at Africa. That is Mr. Big Manism. I will arrive there when I time. Look at it, and look at this place that they don't do that. Can you not see the difference? Not clear, please, Mr. Clay.
The difference is clear. You want to join the people. Okay,
Thank
show
you.
How clear the difference is. Where would you like to be?
Now, and the thing is this, you see, one thing with Africa and us Africans is this. One of the things about change is responsibility. We want to blame everybody else for everything. I think we'll probably round this one up because I don't want this to be too long. I don't know. How long do you think we spent on this one, Mr. Kalea?
We're around about 25 minutes in. So
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised, man. Okay, 25 minutes in.
Time
Okay.
is fine.
All right. Let's round it up then. Okay. You see, we all want what is best. Okay. But what is best? If let's take, for example, Nigerian government. We speak about Nigerian government like it's this mystical cloud of mystical magic. Meanwhile, all it is Nigerian government is made of Nigerian people.
Exactly.
That is made from Nigerian people, from Nigerian community, that is from a Nigerian village, made of a Nigerian family, made up of Nigerian individuals.
Yep.
The last time I checked, is Nigerian government is not full of Russians.
Indeed.
Nigerian government is not full of Chinese. Oh, well, some people will say, oh, Mr. Phil, we've got one Chinese now in our government. Well, is it the one spoiling your government?
Oh, take a look at China.
Imagine. So Nigerian government really is a reflection of Nigerian people. And until Nigerian people start taking responsibility and saying that we are the government is not one mystical thing. So if you, in your own unit, remember I said the cog in the machine, if you in your own unit, you're not keeping time, how is the cog going to work?
No, it's not. It's not.
Meanwhile, in UK, in Russia, in US, in all those things, the cog is working. It's working because everyone shows up on time. And no wonder they call them superpowers. They call the US superpower. They call the Japanese superpower. Because they are in sync and they're on time.
And they are utilizing their time, which is their superpower.
Do they call Africa superpower? Could it be one of the reasons why they don't call us superpower? So, time as your superpower. Decide today that you don't forget about everybody else, because some people will want to say, oh, well, if I do it, but everybody doesn't do it. Well, next episode, I'm going to tell you a story. But the bottom line about that story is that you sought you out first. One of the examples that Mr. Clay used was that when he saw me sorting myself out, without me even saying anything, I'm just actually hearing it tonight. It inspired him. Mr. Clay, round us up, please.
It is, you can decide today to join the world of superpower nation, super powerful nation. It's your decision. You decide. You be the example. You get there early. You start a new trend. You start a new fashion. You decide to change it. You. Where's my camera? You are the one. Not Mr. Phil, not Mr. Leye. You. And the minute you change, that ripple effect Mr. Phil spoke about will start happening in your life and in the life of people around you. So that's back to you, Mr. Phil.
Well, let's end it here and just say this is part 1 of time as your superpower. See you next time.
Thank you, everybody. See you next time.
God bless.
Bye.